suckers, I'm here. I'm here. All right, you guys ready for this? Look, you're gonna have your minds blown when you get set up. Michael Superbacker, how are you? How are you? So, okay, listen. I did a thing, and I'm hoping it all looks good. But hi, look at that. We're green screened. Can you believe that? We're a little goofy over in this like general area, but we're green screened. So that's pretty cool. I think we might make the chat a little bit smaller. Just a tad bit smaller. There we go. Might be pretty cool. Hey, look at me. This is something, I kid you not, I've been wanting to do for a long time, is get like a green screen thing going on. And very excited that we were able to just kind of like do this through OBS. So super exciting. If you couldn't tell, this is Florian. Florian is the hero that we're going to play a little bit of tonight in the classic constructed format. But first, I'm going to talk a little bit about some stuff that came up today with Flesh and Blood. We did have a what the hell am I trying to do here? There was a primer that was released for the Hunted, and that primer is where we're learning a little bit more about some cards that allow us to do the things that we want to do within the next set that comes out for Flesh and Blood. So what I'm going to do real quick is we're going to work on just getting my cards together for Florian here. And then once that's all set, I will go ahead and I will start talking about the Hunted, I think. So what I need real quick is, I don't know if I have those in the mail. I'll have to check. I should have a Dread Scythe coming in, which means that for now I need Face Purgatory, the headpiece. Here and here collect. God, it feels weird like phasing in like this, and I really hoping that it stops like freaking out as much as it does. But that's fine. That's what green screens are all about, right? So real quick, I need to grab my Grasp of the Arknight from my box of goodies here, because that is important to my game plan. So I should grab this so I can put it inside the thing there. Let's see. But hopefully everybody's doing good. If you're seeing us over on the Twitch side, feel free to go ahead and let me know. Your chat should pop up there. And then you can see other people's chats and where they're coming from by the YouTube symbol or the Twitch symbol. So kind of a fun little thing you get to do there. Where am I trying to find these cards? None of these. This. This might be a card that I take. Truce might be like Warmonger's Diplomacy, effectively. Well, because if I play Reaping... I play Reaping Blade. Well, no. That's good. Maybe we leave that out temporarily, just for like another card to put in the deck. Blade Lightning, Flying Arrow. Yeah, all these cards can go in my box of Majestique. What I'm looking for in this box is my Grasp of the Arknight. And hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, it's chugging. I knew it was going to do that. Let's go ahead and let's bring up the... Let's turn this off. So that way I'm not trying to get a whole bunch of additional stuff in there. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to just head on over to the article for the primer. About getting that going. Just gotta find this card real quick. What Heartbeat of Candlehold that I have? I have 2 Heartbeat of Candleholds, so Verdance might even be something that I try to pull off in the future. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you even think about it. Don't you even think about that thing. Seeds of Tomorrow quite possibly could go in the deck. Let's just like put it in there for kicks, huh? Where is my Grasp? It is so funny how quickly I took out my Channel Lake Frigids just for me to go, ooh, put them back in here. I'm not playing Jarl. I was like, I'm not going to play Jarl. I'm not doing any of that. I don't need to do anything there. Okay, well, this is something else. I want to see how many of these versions of Crackball I have. I have a fun and interesting test. Oh, you are still going crazy. Let's just do this here real quick. Let's just do this. Now you can see that I'm set up over here. So hopefully we get to see a little bit more of the preview in the situation. Sonata, Manifestations, Place. Okay. Where is this card? Not seem to find it. Gotta get this final part here then. It's not in this box. Oh, you know what? I bet it's... I think it's in Th3. Huh. Are you in Th3? Are you in there? This is new. I realized I was bringing around my Ira deck everywhere. No wonder everything looked weird. I was like, what do you mean? Okay, yeah. Grasp of the Arknight. There you are. This goes in this deck now. Base Purgatory also goes in this deck. And then I think we can probably also slip through your lives and mailing a little bit. No worries. No worries. We're just vibing. We are just vibing. I am taking some stuff out of been set to put into Florian. So I am trying to check that out. Maybe we do Haunting Rendition. It comes. Temptation's pretty good. Succumb to temptation do be pretty good. Got the dirges already. I think we take out the machinations too. Do you think we do machinations of whatever? Maybe? Haunting Rendition. Reduced to Rune Chance go in here. Do I already have Reduced to Rune Chance in the deck? I have to. There is no way you're getting fucking overheated about this shit. Nothing's happening. Let me think. Reduced Rune Chance pretty good, but I don't know that we need it yet. Revel's not going to do us anything. I imagine we're going to play Machination. So let's try that out and see what we've got here. Let me get my Vincent stuff back in. Okay. So, yo, what's up, Bearded? How are you? Yeah, we are, we're doing a bit of flickering because we are green screened. You'll see, we've got this going on, which is cool. I think this is so awesome. So, yeah, I know. I feel like I'm small when I'm doing the display thing. I might even just I might see about making myself a little bit bigger here. Let me see. Maybe that's a little bit better in this regard. And then the felling. This can go over here because whatever. I'm about to make this like the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen in my life. Oh, wait a minute. These have to go back in the thing. Felt that was shorts. All right. There we go. We've got this down. So let's real quick, before we get crazy with it, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the Hunted Primer here. So for those who do not know, this just came out earlier today. I did see them. And so I was going to go over them here and kind of chit chat with everybody because it's super cool that we kind of get to see a little bit of like what we're looking at here in this regard. I don't know why that did that the way it did. F11? Oh, I see it. F11 this. Stupid. Come on. There we go. So with the Hunted Primer, we are now pretty much looking at the concept of like, okay, we've got what we need in order to learn how to play the pre-release for the Hunted. So in this situation, we are going to take a look at some of the cards and how to mark, right? Many of the cards in the Hunted can mark a hero. If a hero is marked, put a marked token somewhere on their side of the arena to indicate it. A marked hero stays marked until they're hit, then they're no longer marked. There's no way to unmark yourself except by being hit. For example, if Arachne is marked and becomes an Agent of Chaos, they are still marked. Being marked does not stop you from playing normally, but there are many cards in the Hunted that care about whether a hero is marked or not. So for instance, you have this card here, Tag the Target, which I just realized is going to open up a new page every single time, so maybe we just do this. So Tag the Target. The 0 cost 3 go again when the hit the hero mark them for Ninja. So that's going to be pretty staple in all of the Syndra decks there. And then we know about Lay Low already too, but this is kind of fun because it's a defense reaction that you can only play if you are not marked. And then if the attacking hero is marked, their next attack this turn gets -1. So if you de-react into somebody who's a marked hero, then they get a -1 on their next attack, which is like incredibly good, especially with the daggers being a big thing. So as far as like the sealed stuff is concerned, this is really good. Then of course we take a look at Fang. The important part here is we kind of learn about what Fang wants to do, right? Fang likes to attack with Obsidian Fire Thane. In the reaction step, play a Draconic attack reaction or instant, which activates his ability. And then this gives it a damage boost and go again, so Fang can swing both of his daggers, right? That's what the purpose of these are. But this here is Fang's goal is to mark the opponent, then hit them in order to create a fealty token. And then once he has demonstrated his devotion to the Draconic caused by creating 3 or more fealty tokens, his weapons will become free to activate. This is a very powerful advantage and should be your #1 focus during the game. So Fang wants to get fealty tokens, but Fang does not want to use fealty tokens unless they're above 3. So I kind of view Fang as going to be a lot like how Florian is, or the Earth Heroes are, where they want to banish X amount of Earth cards from their zone before committing to going all out, right? OG Harmony attack reactions should be useful. Yes, yeah, Ancestral Harmony, or no, Ancestral Empowerment that we're talking about? Pretty sure. But anywho, so like his whole thing is to get fealty tokens, but we found a new card, Sworn Vengeance, 0 cost pump. It's a front pump, so you effectively just get +3 on your next attack. Next dagger attack this turn gets +3, and when this hits a hero, mark them. So it allows you to mark your opponent on hit, which his daggers notably do not do. So these daggers don't mark anybody, but you can give them the ability to mark with Sworn Vengeance. And then Endear Devotion is a Draconic Warrior attack reaction. Now the unfortunate thing is you pay 2 for this. Since this blocks for 2, this should pump for 4. If I'm being entirely honest. But if you control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, you create a fealty token. So not terrible, because it allows you to pump up those fealty tokens. Now, what's more important is that these fealty tokens don't just get to stay, right? You have to have created a fealty token or played a Draconic card this turn, or you destroy this. Now, luckily, if I recall correctly, it's just Draconic cards from hand. You have to play them, right? But attacking with a weapon does not mean you are playing a card. You're attacking with a card, but you're not playing a card. And so in that situation, it's a little different. But then we look at Syndra. Syndra is just shooting daggers. All she's doing is wanting to come in and utilize the fealty tokens to have these ninja attacks that don't have Draconic and to give them Draconic, right? When this attacks, if it is Draconic, deal 2 damage to any target. So you attack with both your daggers, you swing in with a Burning Blade Dance, and then you pop a fealty to attack with Art of the Dragon Fire, and then you get 2 extra damage on there +5. So I think Syndra's going to be pretty disgusting in limited, if I'm going to be honest, just because creating fealty tokens doesn't seem to be too hard. And more importantly, you're just going to be able to do ninja stuff. Like, if you take marking out of the question, the fact of the matter is that you can attack with both of these daggers, and then it says destroy this when the combat chain closes, attack and go again. So theoretically what you can do is you can attack, and then you can close the combat chain and then play 3 Draconic cards from your hand, and then get your weapons back with Syndra's ability, which is really, really cool, right? That costs less comparatively, so like you can attack, break combat chain, these will get destroyed, and then you can come in with a 0, a 0, and a 0 you'll have 1 float in banish or in there, and then you can attack with you can use Syndra's ability to get your weapons back, and then just like float 1 for an ability. So pretty cool stuff. Then of course, I think like this is the kind of important thing here in this situation, is that Burning Blade Dance is a new card that's coming out. It's a common, but I think this is really, really important because you want to, if you don't have to close the chain for your daggers to be destroyed, then you get more value out of that hero power. So for instance, with Burning Blade Dance, you attack with it. It's a 0 for 3. If you control 2 or more Draconic Chain Links, which you would, because if you attack with both your daggers, they're both Draconic, this will get go again. And then when this hits a hero, you may have target dagger you control deal 1 damage to them. And then if damage was dealt this way, the dagger has hit, destroy the dagger. So this will destroy the dagger early, but that allows you to recur it with Syndra's ability for free to bring back a dagger and attack with another one. So that's 1, 2, 5, 6, 4 chain links. It's crazy. Wonder how the packs themselves are structured. You mentioned limited, makes me think of silliness. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping it's done well. I mean, they have to essentially have a good pack ratio between assassin, ninja, and warrior. And then they have to choose between draconic and chaos, right? In those 2 zones. So I'm not sure how the pack's distribution is going to look, but who knows? Probably more, you're probably going to find more draconic cards than you are chaos cards, and I feel like that might be the issue. A chain link of 4, dagger, dagger, burning, flick. No, no. So it would be dagger, dagger, burning, flick, dagger, or Syndra ability, dagger. So that would be, I guess that would be 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. If you attack with the dagger again, and then of course that dagger breaks again, but yeah, so that's important. Being able to break your daggers while still in the combat chain, because the daggers, hold on, I knew I was gonna yawn, I felt it. The daggers don't break until the combat chain closes, but if you play a card that breaks your dagger first before the combat chain closes, then you can use Syndra's ability to get your daggers back, and it still counts those previous turns. So, you know, it still shows that, like, even if you destroy the first dagger you swung with, that first attack is still draconic. So that still matters in that situation. Pro tip, the kunai themselves also contribute to your draconic chain link count. This means you can attack with a single kunai, close the combat chain so it's destroyed, open a new combat chain by attacking with a second kunai, use Syndra's ability to fetch back the first kunai, and then attack with it again. So, easily flick a dagger before that, right? Since, yes, you can flick a dagger beforehand too. Yeah, so like, I mean, the stuff Syndra is able to do, I mean, I kind of talked a little bit about it when I was looking at these cards on Fabrary, but when we look at Syndra, oh, we know what's coming in this. Oh God, I haven't even talked about all this other stuff yet. So, Kunai of Retribution, it gets destroyed, right? So effectively what you can do here is this card's going to be really, really good in Syndra, because effectively you can pitch a blue, swing kunai, and then you can play Blood Runs Deep. This comes in for 0 because it costs less for each draconic chain link you control, which was 2. This will then destroy each of your daggers. For each dagger you control deals 1 damage to them. If damage is dealt this way, the dagger has hit, destroy the daggers. So this will destroy both of your daggers before the combat chain closes, even though you've already hit with them, or you've already, you know, attacked with them, right? And so in destroying those daggers, you can then use Syndra's ability, since you already have 3 in the combat chain, bring both of those daggers back. And then you can pay your last floating resource to swing 1, and then you can flick the last one. And then you know, you can pitch a blue on your opponent's turn to get him back, or you can pitch a card on your turn to get him back, or whatever you need to be. But you're probably not going to want to attack with your daggers twice. You're just going to want to be able to attack with them and then destroy them in the combat chain and then recur them back, so that way you have them ready for the next turn. So effectively, you're going to want to start every one of your turns with your daggers. But the good news is that it's an instant, so, you know, if your opponent says, okay, my turn is just like attack for 3 and pass, you can go, okay, no blocks, I'm going to pitch this blue, get both my daggers back, try it again. But or like however that might work, right, with this. So that's kind of a fun thing. So I like Syndra. I think Syndra's going to be probably the most like unique, just with all the destroying of daggers and then dealing damage and then having daggers come back. It's going to be very interesting choice. But here we have Arachne Web of Deceit. We found some new cards for Arachne, very exciting. So Reaper's Call, really cool. Assassin attack action, instant, discard this, mark the opposing hero. So we have an instant speed mark. So even at the end of our turn, we can, if we don't attack with this card, we can discard it to mark them and then transform into a new Arachne, which is super cool. Then we go ahead and we take a look at the other card, Mark of the Black Widow. This card is literally the most insane shit I've ever seen in common, strictly because this is hand destruction, but in common. So for instance, mind you, right, you could play, right, you could start the game by being like, okay, I'm going to attack you with Mark of the Black Widow. And then your opponent's going to go, okay, well, I'm not marked, so I don't get to banish a card from my hand. So I'm just going to not block. And then if they don't block, you can just at instant speed during the reaction step, you know, pitch this card, discard this card, mark your target. And then when this hits, it will then have them, they banish a card from their hand. Brute of Assassin? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything Brute-esque about him yet. We still, I shit you not, we still don't know any of the Assassin cards. Or the Chaos cards. We don't know any of the other Chaos, like commons or rares or any of that. We don't know anything about it. Like, it's still just Assassin cards. Like, we still haven't seen anything in regards to Chaos. But the only thing in regards to this is just like, we know that this is you roll a 6, right? Commoner Arachne is eating good. Absolutely. Commoner Assassin in general. Because you can also run both of these cards in new. Because that's kind of crazy. Yeah, true. If you want to think about it from the discarding standpoint, but then again, like, it's not a you don't have to do that, right? You know, I think that's really the thing, is that while this is a powerful ability to discard an assassin card and get +3 or whatever, I think that the important part is that it's not necessary to the overall game plan of the hero. Like, this one just essentially gives you a free card. Arachne Trapdoor just gives you a free card. And Arachne, not Tarantula, Orb Weaver, you discard a card and you get a dagger out of it. You get one of these guys, one of these Graphene Chelicera. This is thick. And we already know that Azuri can utilize Graphene Chelicera, so like, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's so many cool things for Assassin coming out of here, but also, like, let's just talk about the art. First and foremost, I think that's Yoji. Yoji's dead. Yoji's dead as hell, if this is the case. But also just like this, like the scythe things coming out of here, like, this is just cool. Trap Arachne seems weird. What seems weird about Trap Arachne? Is it just because, like, so something that they add into the primer, actually, is, where the hell is it? Is it right here? Yeah. When building an Arachne deck, look for lots of cards with stealth, several ways to mark the other hero, and at least one trap. And the reason being is because you might never turn into this Arachne, ever. But if you do, having a trap is going to be incredibly important compared to the other 5. I mean, yeah, he's different, but like that's almost... I think it's almost good that there's a like defensive option. Like I expected Redback and Arachne Trapdoor to both be defensive options. Like these two care about like disruption. These two care about attacking with daggers. And then these two care about like a defensive strategy. So that way you have like, okay, cool, this, that, and the other. But it turns out like this has offensive, this has offensive, this has offensive. Orb Weaver and Tarantula both care about pumping and then also daggers, specific stuff. And then Trapdoor is just like, cool, I get a free card. So yeah, but even still, even if it doesn't, what's important here is that Arachne Trapdoor, you would have to know that your opponent is running 0 traps for you to be like, oh, well, that's just a dead hero. Like we don't, you don't have to worry about doing anything at that point, right? But if you're running traps, it has value. It's a 5th card for you to block with. Like, it's pretty good. So I certainly like it. And so I think it's good that it'll be like, okay, cool, boom, like D-react. And then you're able to do a defense reaction where it's like, okay, you've got, one thing here, the other one there. And I'm sure lay low is not the only defense reaction that we're going to see in the game either. Like, there's no way this is the only defense reaction. Also, mind you, first and foremost, this is not a trap. It's just a defense reaction. But like, if it's a trap, you may play it until the start of your end turn. That's just a defense reaction. So this is not even a trap. It doesn't say trap anywhere, the text. So when I'm saying trap, I'm expecting things like some kind of chaos trap, right? Like a, if you attacked with this thing, you do like some other stuff there too. So J-Step, hi. How are you, my boy? It's good to see you. I know I love popping on Twitch every now and again and just being like, knowing that all y'all are still here hanging out and like living your lives and doing that. It's great. Exactly. You can bluff with it, Dallas. And that's I think the big thing, right? Is that the trap, it doesn't have to be a trap. You can only play it if it's a trap. But if your opponent is like, okay, I have a really big turn next turn, but if you have 5 cards to block with and one of them is a trap, which is either some kind of crazy D-react that allows you to mark or allows you to like do something different, then those are going to be sick, right? I love seeing some interesting stuff. So I'm very excited to see. But I know that like you're at least going to want to run 1 trap, because if you get a card out of your deck that you feel is just kind of bad, then it's whatever. But also, let me just make sure. Yeah, this is also a May ability, mind you. So like if you know you don't have any traps and you don't want to bluff your opponent, you can just like not choose to utilize its ability. But in some cases it's good for filtering. So yeah. It makes me look like a dad. Does it really? I don't think I do. Do I? Trapdoor means already marked. Well, yes, yeah, because you wouldn't be able to transform into this until that point, right? So you wouldn't be able to, you know, to do that. So the trap would be if your opponent is marked, then, you know, this does an additional 2 damage to them when it blocks or something, like a freaking like a reckless swing, but for chaos, right? I think it's a pretty solid concept when it comes to something like this. So yeah, so that's the primer. Not too much, although they did say, this is kind of the interesting thing, they did say, where is it? Your starting daggers likely won't stick around for long. And obviously this is just because if they hit, you can choose to destroy this and mark them, and then marking them gets you to transform. So you're going to want to be able to mark them. But don't worry, some cards in the Hunted can create a special token dagger, the Graphene Chelicera, and you cannot start the game with a weapon. You have to create it through a card effect. It has stealth, which means it works with Arachne's abilities. So the important part is that you can create. That's something I just realized. These daggers don't get destroyed. I'm just realizing this. These daggers don't get destroyed. You're telling me you can have like 4 weapons on the board? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's... Well, okay, because like at the end of the day, it's silly for you to have 4 weapons on the board, right? It's silly because you have, it has to attack a marked hero to get go again. So if it attacks and then they, so what this really is actually genuinely, I think they're supposed to go to the equip zone. Are they? I mean, they're a special token dagger. That was not brought up here in this primer. I also don't think the demi-hero tokens are going to be backsided like that, though. But also, during the pre-release, you get one of each copy in a thing, so... But they might. How does that work? A token dagger. Or Arachne Orb Weaver. Discard an assassin card, equip a Graphene Chelicera token. Your next attack with stealth this turn gets +3. Graphene Chelicera costs you 1 resource less to activate. So, like, it doesn't say if you have 2 daggers, you can't create a Graphene Chelicera. It's a token. And, like, every one of these cards have, like, several other weapons that they're using at the same time. Yeah, this is Orb Weaver. Equip a Graphene Chelicera. Oh, yeah, I guess. Maybe that is it. Equip a Graphene Chelicera token. Well, I you know what? I'll wait for the errata before I get crazy with it, because if I'm not allowed to equip a... What is the... Hold on. Chill out with me and Florian for a little bit here. I'm going to find out what the other card is. Yeah, they all say equip, so I do wonder whether or not that is a special. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. If it doesn't say anywhere here in the errata, I guess, but let me just read it again, right? Uncertainty is assassin's best friend. Yeah, some of the cards on it can create a special token dagger Graphene Chelicera. You cannot start the game with this weapon. You have to create it through a card effect. It has stealth, which means it works with Arachne's abilities. We will have to see. Because even still, even if that's the case, right? Like, that's pretty cool that you can even you utilize these weapons to mark initially, and then you get these weapons, and then you just have Arachne Orb Weaver doing stuff. But like, I don't know. Because like, yeah, it has not said anything about other weapon zones. Like, it just says create the token, like equip the token. But like equipping it, right? I mean, like, equipping it would, believe me, like, it would lead me to believe too that you would end up needing to, you would have to have a spot open. But like, every one of these pieces of art have like several daggers just like floating around things. Do we know how when mark goes away? So you are marked when, you know, when you're given the option to mark, right? For instance, this card, you can discard this to mark the opposing target. But it goes away whenever you're hit. So if you are marked and you take, like, even if you get hit by like a dagger, then you are no longer marked. And that's how marking works. So there's a weird like give and take, because like in some situations you want to stay marked because you're just like, okay, cool. Like if I stay marked, or you're not, I guess you're not really going to want to stay marked. Staying marked is bad. Because there are a lot of these cards that say when target hero is marked, do thing. For instance, like if somebody attacks you with a Graphene Chelicera and you say no blocks, this comes in for 1. Now you're not marked. If it hits you for 1, you're no longer marked, which means that this card no longer has like relevant text on it. Pretty much, you know, Arachne's got like near no relevant text on him, because when your attacks with stealth that are attacking a marked hero get +1, and when this hits a hero, this gets go again. So, you know, in that situation, you're getting like double go again. But this will pump up your Graphene Chelicera by 2 or by 1 if you're attacking a marked hero, but it already has go again. So there's no issue there. And then like Arachne almost wants their opponent to stay marked, because if they are staying marked, then they get to transform, right? So it's a very interesting concept. I think it's going to be something that's going to have to be balanced quite a bit. It's all about just like, can you get the mark? Can you not get the mark? I think really the most important thing is there going to be a legendary piece of equipment or a fabled that says when you pitch this fabled, mark your opponent? Or is there going to be a legendary piece of equipment that says once per turn, mark your opponent, go again? Because if that's the case, if it's like once per turn, like discard a card, mark your opponent, correct, right? Like pretty much. But that's one of those things, right? So for instance, like if they're attacking you with this card, you're going to want to obviously block, because first and foremost, like this card does not. Let's just assume you're marked, right? They begin by attacking you with Mark of the Black Widow. Now, obviously, Assassin's really good about attack reactions, but Mark of the Black Widow, if this comes in and it's just 3, right? It's coming in for 3, but when it hits a marked hero, they banish a card from your hand. You can choose to either take the hit and no longer be marked, so Arachne doesn't transform, and you lose 1 card from your hand that you theoretically would have blocked with anyway. And then they lose the rest of their... But if you're marked, mind you, remember, if you're marked, this will actually come in for 4. So it'll come in for 4 damage, and then if it hits, it gets go again. So that's even better. Like, it's an insane chain starter, because if you full block it, then you're good. But if you don't full block it, you banish a card, take 4 life, and then Arachne gets to do something else. And even if that something else is just like a big power attack or something, then it's still like disruption. So if there was an equipment like that and you just get exponentially more expensive like Grasp, I think that would be fine too, right? But like, I don't know. Like, it could be like, I think what it could be is, I think it could be like you know, as a once per turn action, pay a resource, mark your opponent if they have not been marked this turn. So that way you're just like, okay, cool. Like, you know, if you want to mark them, you can mark them, but marking them is gonna cut. It's, you know, if they've already been marked this turn, they, you know, they don't need to be marked again. So that way you're not like hitting them, getting rid of the mark, and then marking them, and then hitting them, and then getting rid of the mark, and then coming in for some other crazy thing. So, but that's not going to matter for limited because we don't have legendary equipment that we can use. So, not the end of the world there. But yeah. All right. So while we do this real quick, just because like I figure what I'll do is we'll just hang out and vibe. I'm going to unsleeve my deck over here. I'm going to put these sleeves onto my Florian deck. I'm going. I mean, I would imagine it could be arms. I think a headpiece is probably what they're looking to do for this, or a chest piece, because that would be pretty cool. But it's all kind of depending, right? Like, we're not entirely sure if that's going to be the play or not. So crazy how we moved away so much from these armory decks. I bought all these armory decks, and I'm just like, oh yeah, no, I'll keep them in like as they were, right? And now I'm just like, oh, I got all the cards, so I can play with them. I think I just need to buy the armory decks again, but just keep them sealed so I know that I'm not changing anything in the deck. Probably what I should be doing. Probably what I should be doing. Okay. But yeah, so I think regardless, I'm really excited to see what Arachne's going to be able to do. I'm really excited to see what this equipment's going to look like, because the equipment, I think, is going to make or break what these heroes look like in CC. I don't know. I think that new Arachne gets raffle stomped by Runeblade. Honestly, because I don't think they're going to be running just like blue cards like new is. I think they're going to be running more reds. And if you're attacking with a whole bunch of rune chants, you just kind of die. What else? Obviously, both of the Draconic heroes are going to care a lot about their reds, probably. And if they do, then again, those are 3 heroes that are going to die pretty heavy to Runeblade. Which is kind of why I'm hoping to learn a little bit about Florian. Really get an idea for him, because I do think that yikes, hold on. But I do think it'll be important that that happens. So always pitch reds to swing your daggers and then get them back. Yeah. No. Well, yeah, I guess, because effectively in that situation you're pitching 2 reds, and then you have to you pitch a red, and then you have to pay another red to get 3 red back to then get your whole hand, or to get your daggers back. And at that point, I think you could have done so many more disruptive things and like more damage with the 3 cards you pitch to do that. I think her game plan is going to be pitch a blue, dagger, card that breaks dagger and has go again. Use ability to get dagger back, attack with dagger again, lava burst. Because that's what that, like, if we assume it's a lot, like, okay, because how many cards did you use in your hand for that? You had 1 card that allowed you to break those things, a lava burst, and a blue. That's 3 cards, which means that theoretically there could have been 2 other cards in this chain link already, right? We could be looking at, you know, 0 for 3 to mark your opponent, go again. Pitch a blue, dagger. If we hit them, because they're marked, right? If we mark them and we hit them, we get a fealty token. And then we can go ahead and we can hit. Blood runs deep, break both our daggers, and deal 2 additional damage to our opponent. So that's 6 right there, effectively. And then utilize Syndra's ability, bring back her daggers, dagger, like pitch another card, dagger, and then, or even just keep one of your daggers up, right? You can swing with your dagger again. You're sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with this last dagger, and then you come in with like a 1 for 5 with go again, and then make it draconic with the fealty token you have, and have it deal a big burst of damage, and then lava burst or something. Like, I imagine the chains are going to go pretty wide, but I don't know that flame scale is going to be what she wants, simply because flame scale is really good for heroes that have to pitch reds in order to do things, and Syndra's not going to have to pitch red, right? Dromai had to pitch reds, which is why it was so good for her. Fi does not need to pitch reds, and Fi normally wants to pitch blues. So the fact of the matter is that I don't think that Syndra or, which is, you know, crazy, I don't think Syndra or, what's his name? Fang will want flame scale at all. Simply because, like, Temper 2 is good. So, like, if you need, like, if you're going to get some of their aggro deck and you need armor, sure, you can run that. But in most cases, you're probably not utilizing its ability because it only cares about giving you resources back equal to the amount of reds that you have in your pitch. So you could utilize them, but I think that your reds are better off, especially in Syndra, because you're going to be able to activate your hero ability for free. So right. Well, I mean, like, Feingold's could be useful. I mean, paying 1 to come in for 1 for 7, like Fang, what do you call it? Or the Dragon Fang, or the Dragon Scales. Extremely optimal, right? Yeah, I think Vigor's going to be pretty good, and especially since, like, the additional resource is going to be really nice for the reactions, because Fang's whole thing is get up to 3 fealty and then start going crazy. But you want to keep 3 fealty, so you need to keep doing fealty things. And if you're not doing fealty things, then you don't get to keep your fealty. It's quite literally Dawnblade counters. Like, if you can disrupt your opponent from playing a Draconic card on their turn, they lose all their fealty counters and they have to start back over, right? So a lot of their attack reactions are going to be like on hit, create a fealty. I know the one that we looked at was like, you know, if your last attack was Draconic, or if this is like the second card in the Draconic Chain Link or something, you get fealty token, right? You just get to create one. So yeah, I think it is. There's a special place for it. I think it'll find it in the deck. I'm just not sure overall what we're looking to do with it yet, right? So the same color? It is the same color, so this is the same sleeve. No, it cares about the chain link. Let me look it up again. Endeared Devotion. Oh, to keep the stack? Yeah, so to keep the stack, you can play a fealty stance to keep to keep the stack, but I don't know that. Is there a fealty stance? I don't think the stances make fealty tokens. They don't. Yeah, those give buffs to your daggers and stuff. So you don't get that there. But Endeared Devotion at least says target dagger attack gets +3, and then if you control 2 or more. Yes, you can expend a stance. Yes, but like let's assume you're at 3 stances, right? If you're at 3 stances, let's just assume you're at 3 fealty, right? And then you pop 1 fealty to keep your stack. Now you're at 2. So now your weapons cost resources. So it's like significantly worse. The rest of these things. Base, grass, plume, robe, this. Tunic. Yeah, 4 would be the bet, right? And again, you know, I'm sure there's probably a situation in which you're just like, cool, on hit, you know, next time you hit a marked target with a Draconic card, you get 2 fealty tokens. Something like that. Some weird shit like that. Why did I have that season tomorrow in there like that? Veiling of the Crown. Let's take. Yeah, so I think that's probably like the best spot to be in if I were to say, but I'm still curious just because like getting the fealty, like waiting for things to hit, I think it's going to be a very, very effective form of play, but I don't know that it is going to be the bee's knees, so to say. Good there. Sleeves. And then I need to take out my E-strikes and my CNCs from new deck. Let's see. Should take out all my CYBs with them too. E-strike. I need some sinks, I think. Strike. Two sinks. CNC. CNC. Weakest link, just because I don't have anything else in there. What else? That's everything. My new deck looks so good. I'm so excited to throw everything into Arachne and play Arachne instead. Sure. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So let's see here. See what we get into sleeves. We're going to remove this here. I think I have some perfect fits to put in these. I gotta put in perfect fits for the other stuff too. How's my tunic? Okay, did I put my tunic back in? I must have put it back in the set. Are you in here? I see you. Cool. Okay. So, that being said, let's get back in here. And then I want to start doing some quick sleeving. And then maybe we can kind of go over the list here, right? So I am looking at my list for Florian. This is kind of what I've got most of here. And I imagine in a pretty okay spot. But this is my $100 hero Florian deck. What I actually want to do is we'll create the deck that I have right now, right? Did I create one already? Robert Harbinger. don't know they did. No worries. No worries. Yeah, the Harbinger of Rot. Yeah, this is what we had. So, like, this was, like, silly stuff that I thought about doing. But I think it's, like, pretty correct, I think, from what I see. But maybe not, like, the seeds or the swarmings. Remember, I built this deck and I was like, damn, this deck looks sick. Okay, so we have all of our equipment over here already, so that's fine. So I want this. I don't have E-strikes in here. What do I take out for E-strikes? Thrill of Skull. Take out for Enlightened Strike. Enlighty. Enlightened Strike. Rune Blood, Rootbound, Stir the Wildwood. This can get removed, and we can add in the what are we adding in for this? Yeah, we had like Stir the Wildwood was such like a wild thing. So tomorrow's the Arknights. I don't think we need all that. And then we don't need this. We'd rather have well-grounded. Well-grounded. Dink. Sick. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead. Just take a look at what we've got. We have got. Oh, that's right. I'm running CYB. 3 Arcane Seeds Life. 3 Red Cadaverous Tilling. How much Decompose do I have in this deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's like normal. Like a normal amount. How would I explain what Wildwood is in terms of being important to Florian? So Florian's normally at least doing a decent amount of rune chant stacking, just because when he's online, he's able to make 2 rune chants, which is significantly harder to block unless you're getting rid of your resources in hand. So it's putting on that pressure to remove those resources from your hand every single time. Stir the Wildwood is real good because it comes in for 2. Or it costs 2. Comes in for 5, blocks 3. So it's pretty on rate for things in all that regard. But more importantly, if you've dealt arcane damage to an opposing hero this turn, it gets +2. And then if it was fused, it gets another +2. So even if you come in and you attack with a Rune Rager Swarm or something, right? You pitch to Grasp, attack with Rune Rager Swarm for 3 and 2 arcane. Your opponent takes the 2 arcane and then blocks the 3 physical with a card from hand. And then you utilize a red card in your hand. You pitch a red in your hand to play Stir the Wildwood. You fuse the earth card in your hand. And then you play Stir the Wildwood. And this comes in for a 2 for 9. Like, that's pretty good. The thing is, it doesn't present any kind of disruption. So obviously, like, Felling of the Crown and Plow Under are significantly better. But Stir the Wildwood is pretty good in that situation. Because it's even just like, if you don't have Felling and you're just like, yeah, I'm just trying to do like an insane amount of damage, you could play Stir the Wildwood in its place. Just because it's looking to Earth Fuse, you have Earth cards in your deck. Like, usually you have enough to where you can be like, okay, cool, I'll Earth Fuse this. But it's an opportunity for you to present a lot more damage. And I think that's really what it comes down to. Because if you play, because what this deck does here is this deck goes tall once, right? Like, that's all it does, is it goes tall once. It gets all this stuff into, it blocks what, like a Guardian, and then it attacks, and then it decomposes, disrupts your hand, and then it just keeps going into that loop over and over again until eventually Florian has 8 cards in his Banish Zone, and he goes, okay, cool. or 8 earth cards in his banish zone. And he goes, cool, grasp for 2. And now, you know, I essentially just wait until Germinate comes up. And I go, okay, cool, I'll park Germinate in Arsenal, get 4 blues in my hand, pitch all of them, and then make freaking, what is that? 6. So I'll make 2 Rune Chants, 2 Embodiment of Earth tokens, and then I'll make like 6 more. Or like however many it might be. I think it's like 12 or some shit. Corruption, I know they aren't great on rate, but for disruption they feel solid. I mean, Consuming Volition's not terrible. Consuming Volition would be better, I think, if you played something like Strong Yield. Strong Yield. Oops, I spelled yield wrong. I sure did. Beginning of your action phase, destroy this. Your next attack action, this turn gets +3. So you can build up a board of Rune Chants, and then pop Strong Yield, play something like a Deadwood Dirge, and then destroy one of those Rune Chants, create 4 Rune Chants if you're online, and then come in with a Consuming for 7. The tree? Tree's also not a terrible thing either. The tree might be something I want to try, because I think the tree's got value. But I'm definitely playing tree over Mount Heroic. Tree is pretty good. We were doing this. Let me see. Let's go get our Command and Conquers out. Get our Deadwood Dirges, which I know we have in here. Sodom. Deadwood Dirges. Green Lightning Strike. Whoa. Green Lightning Strike. Have 1 Felling of the Crown. Do not have 2 more. This I might need to find some special place for, I think. 1 Felling of the Crown. So let's just hold on to that for a second. 1 Felling. I'm running Red Fruit. I don't think I want to do that. I think I instead want to run Blossoming Decay. Blossoming Decay. And then I also want to run Summer's Fall. Exactly, right. Like, going wide on Heroic is significantly better, but Florian definitely is a go tall, like, arcane hero. So, definitely not one to go do that. So, Blossoming Decay, I know we have that. We have Blossoming Decays, and then Summer's Fall. Now, the real question is do I add in Count Your Blessings? Do I add in CYBs? Could be that guy. But with everybody running freaking, what do you call it? With everybody running Reaping Blade, if they're playing on a Rune Blade, probably not a good call. But we'll see. I don't know. I'm also on more Rootbound Carapace. I'd rather play these and then the reduces. I think. Swing a 1. Do nothing. I don't have Plow Unders yet, so we're gonna have to remove Plow Under for right now. Succumb to Temptation. We have Autumn's Touch Blue. No, we have it get that, right? I didn't take out the auto such. Son of a bitch. You're in one of these boxes. Just open a box. Open a box. You're gonna have blue auto touches in there. No one to worry about. Yeah. Freaking 12 boxes of Rosetta right here. I'm almost certain I can find. So everybody loves one cost card versus mid-range decks. Oh, I mean, yeah, so like you attack for 1 and then heal, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's not often times in which I have the ability to do that. But I think it's really just like the health gain is kind of like the important thing to think there. Because like with all the stuff I can already do to heal in Earth, like, pretty good. But then again, 3 Germany is kind of freaking crazy, so. Red Autumn's Touch, come on. You're in here somewhere. Right. Blue Autumn's Touch. Am I going to find another one in this box? Chances are slim. Box gave me all the gas in the world, but Autumn's Touch. Crazy. Okay. Well then. Go ahead. Here, we'll try the next one. Yeah, because like in a perfect world, I kind of want to play Dreadscythe. I feel like Dreadscythe's pretty sick. And I'm trying out the Looming Doom build for it. Like, part of me is like, oh, I could play Nebula Blade instead and still have, like, 1 to float, but... Yeah. And I think I might go Dreadscythe Tree, because I like to be evil. But, I don't know. I don't have trees, so... I could certainly buy them. Because, like, you swing Dreadscythe, and then it's the arcane damage is pumped up by 3 or whatever, right? So it's AB4. Opponent can't heal. Or, yeah, it's like coming in for... You're paying 3 resources to attack for 7. And then your opponent can't heal. Pretty good. Right. That's how I feel about it. And also, like, it gives me an opportunity to play Scythe. I think it's like the coolest looking weapon in Flesh and Blood. And so I want to play Scythe. I want Scythe to work. I'm excited I get it tomorrow. Probably the mail now, but you know how it be. There's no way I have looked through this entire box and there's not been a single blue Autumn's Touch. I know I've been looking for it. Nowhere to be found. Blue Autumn's Touch, and look at that. Seek and ye shall appear. You get another one. Blue Autumn's Touch is what I'm looking for. Autumn's Touch is what I'm hoping to get. Maybe we try it. A Blue Autumn's Touch. Please. No, now we're in the freaking oils. It's gonna be in there. Right? No kidding. Sucks always matters the Vernon matchup. I don't know. I mean, I think it matters in like every matchup. Because like Enigma doesn't get to use Count Your Blessings. Enigma doesn't get to use Count Your Blessings if you don't heal. Ira doesn't get to use Sigil of Solace. Nobody gets to use Sigil of Solace. And honestly, nobody gets to heal. Right? Like, if you're not doing T1D. Actively drafting, I never had a blue on. Damn. I don't know how I'd never get one in drafting. But like, I'm looking through like boxes of shit. Like, I have like several boxes of Rosetta just in front. And I can't find a blue Autumn's Touch. There it is. Okay, there's the third one. Yeah. Sweet, 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 sweet. Right, right. Yeah, no. You mean Dread Scythe, not Reaping Blade, right? Can't heal on their turn. I guess if they're instants, it makes less. Yeah, Tree does like the weapon. Tree do like the weapon. Okay. This. And then we have this. 3 fruits. 3 sow tomorrow. 3 Sigil of Solace. 2 Fate Foreseen. I don't know why they needed epots. Boom, boom, boom. Sideboard for Aura Hate. Arsenal or Arrow Hates. Not there. 1 sink below. The deck runs. Deck runs like 9 D reacts. Which is kind of fucking crazy to me. Right, yeah, true. I mean, even still though, right? 4 Arcane, 3 Raw. I think that's the good place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, 40, 41, 52. 58. I don't know why epots are a thing. 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Add those in. Do we want to CYB? No. Take those seeds out. Do we want to CYB in Florian? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 61, 61, 61, 61. 2, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. Okay, we need to cut. We cut out. If we're running immovable, we should cut out seeds. Oh, but seeds is so much better than movable, I think. No, unmovable's better. This block's 5. It's better in the long run. But it's instant that doesn't block. I don't like it. Actively running a 2 to 6 deck with Bindalls. 2 to 6? What does that mean? What do you mean by that? What does that one guy's deck say? Seeds is more useful than immovable? You think so? I mean, I can try it. Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the plan, right? I mean, most of my stuff in my deck is... I run... I guess everything's 3. I do have 2 Summers Fall, 2 Blossoming. Or 3 Summers Fall, 3 Blossoming, 3 E-Strike, 3 CNC. So maybe it's enough to consider it. I think I also might just run it because I don't have the Germinates yet. I don't have Germinate yet. Yeah, Summerwood's good. Let me get my deck. Yeah. I mean, So Tomorrow I think is not terrible, but you have to have, like, pretty good targets. Now that I think about it, I think I might actually... I don't know if I have enough. I think I have good targets in here. Targets for the day. Just keep recurring my one Felling of the Crown. But we do have an 80 card deck, more importantly. So we do have an 80 card deck. Wait, why did I take tuning out? Wait a minute. I don't need tuning, I'm running Bark Skin. What's this guy's deck? So I liked looking at this guy's deck in Sydney. Battle Hardened that happened. I had a Carapace, Grasp. I mean, pretty much it was just Bark Skin, Face Purgatory, Grasp, and then Well Grounded. And then you just run Scythe. Then he ran all rainbow of CYB, the Evergreens, which are coming in the deck, or coming in that set. I have the Erase Faces. I don't have the Plow Unders. I have one Felling of the Crown. And then Rootbound, Sigil, Sink, Summer's Fall, Unmovable, Thistlebloom Life I'm running. So I guess like this is also like important to the overall game plan, because I can gain 8 life and then create X Rune Chance and create double that. So I probably still want to play CYB for Thistlebloom Life. We're also doing Looming Doom shit, so like that's important. The E-Pot is... I still don't know what the E-Pot's for. Unsure. You're from Blue White CYB being on? How so? Oh, so you can E-Pot play 2 CYBs? Oh, I see. I see. I mean, I think if I still gain... Yeah. I mean, even still, this card is a simple... Even if I'm playing Sigil, I can Sigil, play this, gain 8 Rune Chance. Like, that's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know, maybe we'll leave him out for right now. You just actions instead. Weakest link. Yeah, it got nerfed, but it's not like the worst. Because even still, like I think the concept of it being is like, even if I play a Thistlebloom Life, after playing, let's just assume I'm 3 CYBs in, right? I play a red CYB, I gain 6 life, and then I gain 7 life, and then I create 14 rune chants at the end game. And if I just like stack my shit correctly, I think it's fine. No, we'll leave them in. I'm pretty like okay confident in it. Not really. I mean, obviously it's going to be worth a try, I think, but well, with Florian's ability, it gets that double, right? Is that not correct? Oh, +1. Sorry, that's right. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm stupid. So yeah. So I gain 6 life, 7 life. I'll make 8 rune chants off of it. So Right. No, I don't know why I was thinking the Germinate effect, like doubling based on the things, but like it's not how it works. Because like X is 6 here would make me 2 rune chants if I chose not to do Embodiment of Earth, and then I could repeat it X more times, which would be 6. 6 times 2 is... yeah, 6 times 2 is 12. That'd be 14 rune chants, and then gain 7 life. I don't know. I'm gonna try it. Oh, absolutely. You can actually... we're planning on being able to do that in Brawl, so that'll be a fun thing to do. There's that there. God damn it. Ooh, hey girl, how are you? How are you doing? Long time. How have you been? I'm just doing freaking nerd shit over here. I'm good. Just vibing. I'm working on a new deck for the game I play for my locals, and so I'm trying to figure out how exactly I want to build it. I'm not entirely sure if I want to build it full like crazy life gain. There's not too many people at my locals that play like anti-life gain, but I don't know. They could also play Reaping Blade, but like I guess Reaping Blade is a different. It'd like be screwing me over. So I'm trying to figure out if I have certain stuff. I'm also streaming on YouTube as well, so I'm trying my darndest. Seems like I haven't run into any issues so far, which is good in regards to what do you call it? In regards to there being an issue with the restream stuff, but seems like everything's fine, so that's good. Yeah, that's what I figured too. I mean, quite literally, it'll just have to be like they swing stuff at me, and I go, okay, cool. I take damage. I go down to 1 life below you. I heal. But that's the whole thing. Is like I don't want to. I like Reaping Blade, but I don't want to like screw myself over. You know, like that's the whole thing. But I don't know. We have to figure it out. I only have like 1 copy of several of like the cards that I'm looking to like use. So I know this deck is not going to like perform crazy well. I only have 1 copy of Germinate, 1 copy of Tome of Harvest, 1 copy of Weakest Link, 1 copy of Felling Crown. So I'm not like expecting the best outcome, but we will see. I think as long as I just get to pitch to Grasp, I think I'm in an okay spot. We'll see what happens. But what you been up to? How's your streaming stuff going? Still out there just playing GTA and Fortnite with the gang? There you go. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's good. Hopefully that's still been fun and exciting. Fatigue build might be up here. I do own Grasp. I do have Grasp of the Arcanite. Routed. That sounds familiar. Is that kind of like one of those like Minecraft-esque games where like you build a world around you and stuff? I feel like I've heard of that before. Yeah, okay. I've heard of it. I've not seen any like gameplay of it or anything. Is it good? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I try so hard. I've been trying to get back into gaming recently. I got back into Final Fantasy 14, and I've just been like sucked into the storyline for that so much, and I try to like give myself breaks because I make content for YouTube on this game, so I want to make sure that that's like a bigger focus. And it's so hard for me to not just be like, nah, I'm just gonna play video games all day. It's fine. It'll be fine. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. And then I get back to work. And I turn out that the weekend is over. And I'm like, oh, I didn't have tomorrow. I didn't have the ability to do anything tomorrow. So I've been trying to work on getting my schedule together to work better in my brain space. But right now I'm just like, what the hell am I going to do? I need to figure out what I'm doing with my girlfriend and I's 5th year anniversary coming up here pretty soon. And she just started this diet that she can't like nearly eat anything that's sold anywhere at any restaurant. So I think I'm going to bring her to the zoo. But I still gotta eat. So I feel bad being like, oh, we can't go out eat anywhere. Maybe I'll see if I can find some places that are compliant with her diet. If we got her rabbit hole, which I know actually I'm GBF, that's I don't know what game that is. I don't know what that is. Oh, Grand Blue Fantasy. Okay. hoping the deck goes over well. Like, I want to try it and be like, yeah, this is a fun little thing, but like, also don't know how it will work. I also haven't done any pre-orders for the Hunted yet, and I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm probably gonna need to just pick, like, I don't know that I'm gonna play. If I'm playing any of the heroes coming out of the Hunted, it's gonna be Syndra, or it's going to be Arachne. So I'm not sure where I want to do that, like how I want to go about doing it, but figure it out. This company. My gacha stuff has been what do you call it? Freaking Zenless Zone Zero. Yeah. Zenless Zone Zero has been nuts. Like super good, but I got super mad because I saved up a whole bunch of polychrome for me to pull Miyabi when she got released, and I got hit with a Nekomata. I lost my 50-50. I proceeded to pretty much get my pulls down to like 35, and like I couldn't get myself to like get online anymore. I was just like, this is just too annoying. Games of Vigor, yeah, they do have some pretty solid games, I gotta say. Like, they never miss. They never seem to miss. They always know how to get the freaking weebs to give them their money. I'm telling you. Sometimes I'm on there and I'm just like, wow, that's definitely just specifically that's just specifically for people who are lonely and horny. There's no way that character has any other kind of personality outside of that. Them, yeah. Something that's a little bit more than just the thirst. But I think the storyline for, I don't know, the storyline's getting a little weird in Zenless Zone Zero. Like, we're getting closer and closer to like a big climax in the story, and I don't know how far that's going to be. I think this next patch they're doing is like a goofy one, and then they're doing something else. I hope I have no sleeves for this. Yeah, I might. I'll go ahead and do that. Check them out. Oh, I definitely want to see whether or not. Do I just buy Fellings? Like, if I gotta buy anything, I can at least buy Felling. Like, do I just buy Felling of the Crown? Do I spend $100 on Felling of the Crown? I don't think I should. I think I'm gonna wait till after the Hunted. Just like, I feel like it's not like, not necessary to the overall game plan, right? So yeah, it'll just be like people are too busy playing Hunted stuff for me to get that. Yeah, because I guess if other people are gonna be like, oh, maybe I'm gonna switch off of Florian and go to Arachne, they'll sell their Fellings and stuff. Heard Millie's music before? No. To be fair, I might have, but I genuinely don't. really just need German. I know I have a couple things coming in the mail soon. So you're flying to prep, yeah. Yeah, I definitely think that, like, I liked playing Vincent, and I think Vincent's fun, but I feel like Vincent, I mean, Blood TCG's just such a bastard. And, like, to think that you have to set up to put your Blood TCG in your banish zone and then just be like, okay, hope they don't have disruption. And if they have disruption, you have to wait another turn and take another, like, 3 points of Blood TCG before you're able to, like, actually get your turn off. And then you get your turn ready to go and your opponent goes, okay, no. You go, oh, I didn't think you were going to say no. I was like, yeah, I did. No. Okay, guess I'll just go die. So yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, Spellbound Creepers is definitely a, you know, you need to be able to run that line. And it also needs to, like, more importantly, it needs to be a line that you run like literally the last, like, 2 turns of the game. Like, if you can get a solid line going, if you can Spellbound Creepers twice in a game, you know that you've won. But in most cases, you Spellbound once, and then your opponent goes, okay, I'll just block out your Rune Chance. What are you gonna do, pummel me? Like, most don't even play pummeling. So you're just, like, missing out on that opportunity, I guess. But I think Vincent's fun. I also realized they made a whole thing in which I was like gonna play the deck at least on Talishar. I don't know that I'm gonna do that. I'm kind of tired. I need to get up early tomorrow so I can go and I need to get some cards out to people. I need to I did. I need to get some cards out to people. I need to get some videos made up and stuff. So maybe we won't play Flooring today. We'll just fucking wing it. Maybe we'll just record a video in the morning of me playing it and be like, "This is my Flooring deck that I'm bringing to my locals. Let's see if it's good." I'm just happy that, like, quite literally, like, DNC quite literally is the most insane thing, because it's just like $300 worth of cards. Like anytime I look at a price, like, oh, this deck costs $1,300, I can go, well, I have that and that and that and that and that and this, so I don't have to spend all that money. I just need to spend like 30% of it. It's like, it's such a good thing to have in Flesh and Blood. Like, it quite literally allows people to be like, yeah, cool, let me just, like, change my stuff to the meta. And as long as the meta stuff isn't, like, impossible to find, you're in a pretty good spot. I like a lot. Okay. Got nearly every card in a sleeve. We are going to have enough sleeves. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and send it. I mean, have you like win your locals with it or anything, or like have you just like enjoyed that? I would like a nice fatigue Florian deck. I think that'd be fun. have all my stuff for this. Yeah, I'd love to take a look at it. I mean, like, just as long as I have, like, a general understanding of it, I think I'm okay. But I figured I'd just go, hey, I'll play whatever I feel. This deck, like, speaks to me in a way that I really enjoy. I like the overall theme of the hero and the play style and what it aims to achieve and all this other stuff. And so I think that's pretty, I think that's really where a lot of, like, my want to play Florian comes in. Not to mention that, like, since Rosetta, since he came out, he's already got 200 freaking LL points. So, like, he wins somewhere. He's just currently not winning as much as freaking Enigma. Or Zen. Now, Zen is closer to Living Legend. Have enough sleeves. Better have enough sleeves. Better have enough. Pissed off if we do not. Pretty sure. We do. More design for recursion. Well, that's fine. I mean, really, it's like consistency is what I'm looking for. Like, I want consistency. I want to be able to know that every single one of my hands is able to do something that's slightly effective, whether it be disruption or it be like, you know, like blocking efficiently, whatever it might be. I just want it to be efficient. I want it to be consistent. I want it to have a level of flattening my cards now that now that I've got them in double sleeves and in their stuff. I'm trying to squeeze the air out of them. If you've never done this before, you certainly should. You know, that's pretty good. Cards we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 61 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, and then my weapon being 80 is it. Good. Yeah, I think we made some pretty good headway with it, I think. I'm happy with it, I guess. I don't know, let me run some lines here. Shuffle this a little bit. Felling plows do I own? I own 1 Felling of the Crown, 0 plow unders. So Not as much as I would like. Swapping in yellow summers then? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I might be able to borrow yellow plows, but I might be able to borrow plows and fellings, but we'll have to see, because I know a local that goes to my shop tomorrow has all the stuff for Florian, but I don't know if they're willing to let me borrow them. The event. What's a hand look like in this? 2 CYB, a Sigil of Earth, and a E-Strike. Huh. So I could E-Strike for 7? Or I could... Sigil of Earth. And then E-Strike pitch, or CYB pitch this, put a card in Arsenal. That actually... that might be better. Start the CYB stuff. Yeah, I think it's a good one. I think it's a fine deck. It's the job done for sure. I do not own Dread Triptych. Do not own Dread Triptych. Away. Got a freaking song from Final Fantasy 14 stuck in my goddamn head. I haven't even done the mission yet. It's in my head. Came across it on something and I was like, what the hell? my weapon? Why? That goes over there. Okay. I think we'll be okay with what we have here. Gonna wait for my stuff to get in because I get. What did I order? I should see. I'd like to see what I ordered just to confirm that. There you are. 2 Looming Dooms, 2 Tome of Harvests, 3 Thistlebloom Lives, and a Dread Scythe. So I'm at least getting Looming Dooms put in here, and I'm getting Dread Scythe in there. Am I putting on Vantage Point? What was that? If you played or created an aura, it gets overpower? I mean, I guess it's not like the worst thing. At least it blocks 3. So I don't know. I don't think it's like the worst card. But can't be defended by more than one action card. The only downside I have with that is that, like, if you're playing into new, you can just block with 2 reaction. If you're going into a warrior, you're going to get blocked with reactions. If you have defense reactions, you can still block with an action and a defense reaction. So it's not as effective. And like at that point, I'd much rather play something maybe like Fyendal's Fighting Spirit. But if I'm the fatigue deck, I should probably be at more life than them, right? So, like, fuck. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, I mean, ours there's a lot of dash IO in my area, so it's not like terrible. But there's dash IO. There is Jarl, and then there is some warriors. So, I mean, but it changes all the time. I guess I just assume there's better cards. I assume there's better cards with Vantage Point. Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, because I imagine Florian's game plan is like getting set up is probably the hardest part. So who knows? But I think I have some stuff I'm swapping out here. We're going to see how the Looming Doom works, and then I think I might even look into buying Channel Mount or Channel of Millennium Trees. Channel Millennium Tree. Because these are going to be about $7. I could probably get them for what's the math on that? 7.5 times 3 times 0.85. $20, $19. So $19 for 3 copies, not terrible if my locals has them. Because then I can get 3 copies of Tree, and I can just do Dreadscythe Tree to make that work. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm at least happy to know that I have pretty much everything I would ever need for Syndra and for Arachne. Like, I think this is the first time a set has come out and I've been like, oh, I'm prepared. I just need to get the cards from the set and then I'm set. Like, I'm all good to go. So I think that will be nice to get taken care of there. Yeah. Time is it? It is almost 1 a.m. So I'm probably due to head to bed here in a little bit. Like to get to sleep and do that. But how you doing, Ty? How are things? Oh God, tokens. My tokens. Yeah, wow, look at that. We're on the same time zone. All right, let me give it a check here. Check it out. Locals deck modified. All right, Tomas, how you doing? All right, pretty much same deal. Better create an aura. +2. Yeah, dude, it's late. It's late for us all. The fertile ground is interesting. Yep, yeah, exactly. Early as hell. But I'm not planning to be on for much longer, so I apologize. Rites of replenishment. This is something I thought about running. Was rites. Thought about running rites. Right, yeah, it's early morning for you. It's late for me. Late for me. Hussing is interesting. Yeah, pretty much just send 7, get a whole bunch of chants up, heal a bunch, fertile ground. I think this is above rate, but I could be wrong. Like healing 5, paying 2 and healing 5 is kind of cool. No, this is for classic constructed. Like, I don't know where, I guess like, yeah, you're making, you're pitching to grasp, right? So like Rotwood is at least coming in for 4 and 1. So you're sending 5. Right. Yeah, that's what it's there for. Tomas is just like, you make a rune chant here, then you spend another 2 resources, you attack with Rotwood Reaper for 5, and then you just spend all your time healing. And then as you continue to get earth cards in the grave, you can then play things like, the thing that I think this deck doesn't do very well is Decompose. considering you've got, obviously I obviously modified this to be the stuff that I had, and I appreciate that, but like Cadaverous and a Felling, and then these here 9 Decompose cards is probably not enough for me to get online fast enough. Because gotcha. And see, I'm trying to decompose fast. Because if I decompose fast, like the faster I decompose, the better. Like the quicker this hero gets turned online, the better off we are entirely. At least, like, for me. I do need these Germanates, though. Right, right. And it's not that it can't not be a slow deck. I guess it's just like in situations like holy shit. I guess like in situations like this, I might even like well, I'm such a bit yellows. I see. Now, I do think that I might even try these yellow Summers Falls that are in for the Plow Unders. I'll probably grab those tomorrow. But I need, like, I'm assuming these Cadaverous Tillings are in place of Fellings. And still, like, Right's something I feel like genuinely, like a 2-for-6 block 3, like this is rate. This is on rate that we like. And when you attack with it, if you've dealt arcane damage this turn, you may play a non-attack action card, put a non-attack action card from your grave to the bottom. Then when you attack with Rites of Replenishment, if it was fused, you may put an attack action card from your graveyard to the bottom of your deck. So it's huge. Yeah, Summer's Fall is good for the Rune Bloods. I still don't know about running, like, I like Rune Blood. Like, Rune Blood, like, this is good, right? You pitch a blue, play a Rune Blood Incantation, attack with Rotwood Reaper for 4. Like, that's a good breakpoint. Right. It's an interesting deck. I mean, I'm probably gonna try it out. I will favorite it because I think it's cool. It's like obviously, like you did say, CNCs and E-Strikes are preferred. I'm assuming we're probably gonna take this stuff out for CNCs and E-Strikes, Splinterings and the Stirs. Or maybe the Rights for the CNCs and the E-Strikes for the Stirs. I think this card's gas though. I don't know. I want this to work so bad because I think this card is genuinely gas. Right. Well, that's the thing, right? If I'm playing Channel Millennium Tree, I'm gonna play Stir the Wildwood. I think. I don't have Tree right now, but like Stir is pretty good. Also, I just realized, are you playing blue reduced to Rune Chant? Do you mean for this to be red? Yeah. I think we just need to get our hands on some trees. Maybe I'll pull up my... Use it for late game. Isn't it just like the worst value? Huh. That's something I don't understand. I don't know that I will understand. Because the card is essentially free if you get... it is free if you have a Rune Chant. And if you have to pay for it to block 2, I'd rather pay for it to block 4. Right. But I'd rather it block 4. You know what I mean? I guess that's my whole thing. Like, I'd much rather it cover up a breakpoint and make me 2 Rune Chants than anything else. Because if my turn is just like block effectively, grasp, put this in Arsenal, pass, I block 4 on a breakpoint, and then I make 2 more chants. I guess, like, if you needed a blue, right, and you're looking to keep blue in your hand, yeah, I guess, you know, that makes sense. That's something I didn't even, like, think to look at, was what my deck was looking like here. Like, obviously, I don't have these right now. So I need to actually change this. I need to add in, remove this. I don't have these. Whoops. No Swarming Gloom Veils. I don't have Runic Reclamations. I do have blue Condemned to Slaughters. Condemn to Slaughter. That's fair, yeah. Yeah, and I'm running Haunting Rendition. I'm running at least 2 Haunting Rendition in my deck. Like, Haunting Rendition kind of gas. Yellow Summer's Fall. Summer's Fall. And then maybe we get... We don't have these yet. I have the weakest link in here. Race face here. Oh god, unmovable. Seeds of tomorrow. We have 3 Seeds of Tomorrow in here. I only have 1 currently. This, get rid of, put in Dread Scythe. Yeah, I mean, Arcane Cussing's good. Don't get me wrong, I think that's kind of gas. You just essentially just take him out against heroes that can deal damage to you on your turn, right? Pretty much. Or no. Yeah. Yeah. I see. What else am I running in this deck? What else is in here? Oh, Amulet of Echoes. The other one. Amulet of Echoes. We'll see if that actually works well in this deck. 8 cards in the main deck. What do I not have? CNC Z-Strikes? CNC Z-Strikes, correct. 2 Autumn's Touches. So Tomorrow's. Rootbound Carapace. Sigil of Solace. Sigil of Solace. Count your blessings. Yeah, no, it's not even so much that it's like fast Florian, right? I'm not trying to like do crazy stuff because I'd much rather take the time to block effectively and then build my graveyard and then block and then send decompose stuff so I know I always have targets. It's like there's nothing that feels worse than like a new playing Passover and getting rid of your 1 earth card that you have left, or like your 1 action card you have left in your grave, and then you're unable to present a decompose. Dark Skin. Even at the level I have it now, with what I have in the deck, what else am I missing, by the way? I feel like I'm still missing something. Deadwoods. Additions, fruits, cadaverous. That's good. Sigil of, Sigil of Earth. That's right, I have 2 Sigil of Earth. Sigil of Earth. Tomorrow's Germinates. I do have Germinates in here, right? 1 Germinate. That's right. Leave them the 1 Germinate. Sink below 2 Fate Foreseen. That's what I'm missing, I think. Sink below. Well, I need 2 Fate Foreseen too. There's gotta be 2 Fate Foreseen. What did I do? Oh no, there we go. No. Fate Foreseen. That's 81. So something is not right with this number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79. My weapon's 80. So it should be correct. I think it's these rune bloods. Which theoretically we can put these down here. We can keep the reduces in. Keep these heals in. I think I'm gonna have to get rid of some shit after a while, but let's get rid of, I don't know what we do. Maybe we get rid of a Blossoming Decay. To keep a card going over. I know, whatever, it's fine. I don't give a shit. Blossoming Decay. Get rid of one of these. Screw it. Figure it out in post. We already have what? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 D-reacts, 12-ish D-reacts. Plus we can gain, how much life can we gain on a theoretical basis, right? We have 30 from the Count Your Blessings. And 30 from the Count Your Blessings. Then we have 33. Uh, 42. 48. And then 48 plus 7. And like the max level of things. 48 plus 7 is 55. We can gain 55 life in this deck. In a 40 health format. Pretty good. Okay, cool. Well, I think that's enough of that. I at least know that I have something playable for tomorrow. So we have that going for us. And then I think what we'll go ahead and do is we'll just call it a night tonight. I will ask my locals to see if I can get a hold of some of their stuff tomorrow so I can play with it. But if it doesn't happen, not the end of the world. I'm just here to vibe and hang out and just have a good time. That's what I really want to do. But I'll get some gameplay out for you guys sometime tomorrow. I also need to work on the new podcast episode, so we're going to work on that too. And then hopefully we'll be in a good spot for a while. But I'll get some more stuff out to you. We're going to be doing a lot of gameplay. We're going to talk about Clash. We're obviously going to talk about the Hunted as Hunted stuff comes out. Talk a lot about Commoner and how I feel like it's really going to affect the format. As well as Clash too. So that'll be good. But anywho, thanks guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks. Good seeing everybody. Good to know we were able to do this on Twitch and on YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. I think Germinates are for sure the next thing that I like have to pick up. I don't know who's got them and how I can get them from people, but I would love to get them. That way I can just get them in the deck, because it's kind of the whole point is to wait till endgame, germinate, bunch of rune chance, send them, right? But we'll see. So, anywho, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being awesome and wonderful and continuing to support the channel. We'll do this again sometime soon.